how off of 180 are you? Do the subtraction. 45 degrees. So that tells you that this triangle here is a 45, 45, 90 triangle. Now, this is a new way of thinking. Rather than racking our brains on whether it's left and up and blah, 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 we know we have a 45, 45, 90 triangle. Can you find the cosine of a 45 degree angle? Yes. 1 over square root 2. Now, before we hastily put the answer there, because all I did was went to the generic triangle, I go over here and think all students take calculus. And if I look at the 4 quadrants, I say only sine is positive in this quadrant. Thus, my cosine is negative. I don't have to think about whether it's left and up or blah, blah, blah. I can just remember all students take calculus and say, okay, I'm in the sine quadrant, thus my cosine is negative. Technically, I mean, if you're being real proper, you should probably write it like that. Multiply top and bottom by root 2. But notice how all I had to do was find the related angle and think of what quadrant I'm in. So, related angles are the angles that are produced inside the triangle. You guys may not like coming up with those things, but with the all students take calculus thing at your disposal, it becomes easier to play with. Negative 2 times cosine negative 150. So the negative 2 in front we'll just deal with whenever we get there. We'll just do cosine negative 150. You need a picture of the angle. This is a negative angle, so we're going to be going in that direction. Negative 90, negative 180. We're not quite to negative 180, we're at negative 150. Remember, anytime you end up on this side of the picture, where you're over by the 180 side, the angle inside your triangle is what's left to get to 180. How off of 180 are you? The answer? You're off 180 by 30. So, you have a 30 degree angle. Now, I'm just going to then think of this as a 30 degree angle in the tangent quadrant. Right? Because this is in the all students take calculus. This is in the tangent quadrant. So I'm just going to take the cosine of 30, but make sure I make it negative because I'm in the tangent quadrant. Cosine 30, square root 3 over 2, just make sure it's negative. Why is it negative? It's negative because we're in the quadrant where only tangent is positive. And we weren't dealing with tangent, were we? So the cosine must be negative. Multiply that together, you get square root 3, positive. Seem easier than before? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you like doing it the old-fashioned way, that's fine too. If you like, I mean, if you would prefer negative 1, negative square root 3, and 2, and do it that way, you're welcome to do that. You're welcome to do that. It's totally up to you. The recommendation of this whole section is just, it might be easier to think about it another way. 27 is our lesson number. Start with some logarithm problems and get into some exponentials. And then we'll also take a look at 14 through 19.